I could not imagine that I could possibly write, let alone a story, let alone making the images in my mind and putting them into words. And that is what took also, I think I've written the first book 20, 30 times, and I had an English teacher helping me with grammar, and so I had to overcome a lot of doubt.
But you did it. And I'm looking at the transcript of your interview, and you say, during the early 70s, I became a student of science, theology, and philosophy to understand our connection with the divine. This often made me want to share my passion with other people with the desire to break through any obstacles they might have and to show how to attract the realities of our dreams. You really studied, you really worked, and the reason why you were given the task you were given was because it was already known that you could do it.
Probably it was. Now I know. I mean, I've had so many years of, no, this couldn't be right. I mean, I wasn't brought up in a background like that to overcome a lot of people that thought I was really dabbling in the devil's work, you know.
Oh.
I'm sure a lot of people will share the same experience with me that during the 60s and 70s and 80s, New Age philosophies were not encouraged. So today, of course, it is so much better and so much more open, and it's awesome what is now coming together. It is refreshing to hear so many different people come out with it in such unusual different ways, because it all is the same. What is the nicest part about this journey? I think in many ways, pictures tell more than words, and words, many people can sometimes translate words differently. They misunderstanding, and to me, always the biggest evil is actually pure ignorance, and that's all. You know, that is the biggest evil in the world, is pure ignorance.
Oh, you're absolutely right. That's what Alice Bailey said in her work. She said that there is no such thing as evil. There's only ignorance.
So, yeah. Well, like I said, I was told to write 5 novels. That was also in the beginning. I couldn't possibly conceive this, but later I understood, and it was my drawing that actually made me understand how it would work, how the game, and that's why I like the gold ring so much when they talk about the game.
Oh, right.
Because my book very much is talking about the ascension game. You know, that's the amazing part is when I wrote the first novel, I had no idea how I would ever cope with the second level and the third level. But I knew that I would get the right information at the right time, so I wasn't worried. I had to live through it, and I have to live every day through this awakening. And the 5 stages of awakening is run in such a way that the actual ascension really is after people have assimilated. So I started to create a decoding card game, which I practiced with quite a lot of people in South Africa. Now, the first book is also all about the desire to become aware. The person that is on an ascension journey has to have a desire that has to become from within. So you have to start having this desire to look for like-minded people. You want to know. You're questioning. Nothing stops you from questioning. And the whole first novel is driven by this desire to go home. That's why my first novel was called My Love, We Are Going Home. It's a love story between 2 people that are twin souls, love-driven, so it has a lot of dark and light. It had to be written that way. Now, the second book was called originally Orphanage of Soulmates, but it was getting such a big book that Robin says you have to split it into 2. So we did that in the second print run, and it became The Astral Explorer and The Cosmic Traveler. Becoming aware of being unaware is by traveling consciously into forgotten territory. I'm a vivid dreamer, always have been. I have dreamt a lot of things that are out of time, sequencing, out of timeline, and I have dreamt the ascension process. I have dreamt about the house I'm living in today. I have dreamt about many things that have come true. Now, I had to study a lot about Akhenaten because my second and third book is about Richard, who is his journal. And Richard is an Egyptologist, so he is interested in Akhenaten. And of course, in his other lifetimes, he was living during that time. So having to write about that, what was amazing was, though, I had to write about Egypt but I'd never been there. So I had to do a lot of armchair traveling through books until Robbins decided, no, he helped me with editing the books, and he says it's about time we actually go to Egypt. So on one of our trips to Frankfurt, we stopped over in Egypt, and we did the Nile tour, and we went to the pyramids.
Oh, wonderful.
And I must tell, it was amazing. And
right. Now, what about, you were giving us a list of the 5 steps to ascension. Do these correspond to the 5 books?
Yes, they do. The 2 books that Richard's journal is both the second level.
Okay.
So people go into their dream time, and it's more or less about the many other lifetimes, to actually start to remember that there are simultaneously many other lifetimes that you live. There's no necessary time to this, but the mind only really put it in a time frame.
Right. But you're talking about being multidimensional. Yes.
And that is exactly what the second level is about, yeah.
Okay, so what's the third level?
Letting go of the old. That I'm busy writing now. It will have to be in print by October. It's the most difficult book for me to write, because it's by letting go of the personality aspects, the veils will be lifted and a clairvoyant inner vision will be activated. What it means is you have to let go of any kind of belief system you might still hold dear. Now that's quite a big thing, because we believe in so many things. Even although we think we don't believe in any beliefs, we still believe in things. I mean, it's very difficult not to believe in anything. I believe in the morning that the sun will come up. I believe it will rain. I believe that if I jump down my balcony, I will definitely break a few legs. You know, I mean, there are lots of things we believe. So letting go of a belief is actually quite a big concept. You have to know, not just mentally, that you are far more than just this physical body.
Yes.
And it almost, to me, means that you have to know it so well that you walk on water.
Well, let's just take this one step at a time, because it can happen. You can let go of everything all at once, and then a few days later, you come down off your high, and you become attached again. So to me, it's a process. When you find yourself attached, let go. But it's like we grow and develop on all these different levels at once, at different rates. I love that.
If I write through my characters, I have a broader point of view. I seem to write better through made-up characters, and they're getting very real to me because they've been with me for the last 10 years. But the characters almost take over when I write. They have a personality of their own. So
Right. Now, what's the 4th?
The 4th one is integration. By embracing the biological ascension path, your soul can channel through your physical form. So by that time, your soul is now quite embodied into the form. You have more soul qualities in you, and life becomes easier. You'll have obstacles at certain moments, but you deal with them very fast. You almost live as your observer. You are part of the world still, but you're also not of it. You almost a bit of both. You most of the time are an observer, looking at other people and see how they behave, but you are at the same time aware that they have a higher self that is not quite aware or it is, but you sense that straight away. So life is becoming different. You interact with the world, but you don't know how it is. But I'm sure many of you people will know what I mean. That's the integration. You get a lot of aha moments. Every day you will experience, oh, that is how it is. This is almost what gives you joy every day. And that's the 4th level. Now, of course, the 5 levels are somebody isn't just on that level. Some people are very advanced, but there are certain aspects within their life that they have to then drop down and go to the 1st level to pick them up again. I mean, it fluctuates.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And so what's the 5th? Sorry.
Freedom.
Freedom.
By living in full consciousness, expressing the power of one, a multiple DNA strand has been activated again in order to ascend. And that is, to me, I was told, then the true ascension truly starts after the 5th, in my novels, And that's more or less after the ascension. The actual ascension is started. So that was how I was given it. And don't forget, that was a long time ago. But I just stuck to the same formula, and it's worked.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
if 10 people, if it makes a difference to 10 people, fine. If it makes a difference to 100 people, fine. Amongst so many other books, because there are so many very, very good books and videos and information.